Do you feel like the confidence you once had has disappeared? I know that feeling because I've been there. A few years ago, after a big failure, my confidence was almost completely destroyed. I felt like I couldn't do anything right and was constantly comparing myself to others. But then I realized that I had the power to change my situation. I started to work on myself, and slowly but surely, I began to rebuild my confidence. Today I want to share with you 5 strategies that helped me regain my confidence. The first step to rebuilding your confidence is to accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all. We're often so caught up in trying to be perfect that we forget to appreciate our own uniqueness. But the truth is, nobody's perfect, and that's okay. In fact, it's what makes us human. Think about it. What makes a piece of art truly beautiful? Is it its perfect symmetry? Or is it the unique brushstrokes, the imperfections that give it character? The same goes for us. Our imperfections, our quirks, our vulnerabilities, these are the things that make us interesting, relatable, and real. So, how do we start accepting ourselves? It starts with acknowledging both our strengths and our weaknesses. Don't shy away from the things you're not good at. Instead, embrace them as opportunities for growth. And then focus on your strengths. When you focus on your positive qualities, you start to see yourself in a more positive light. And that's when true self-confidence begins to blossom. In the age of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. We see perfectly curated lives on our screens, and we start to feel inadequate. But remember, social media is just a highlight reel. It's not a true reflection of reality. When you compare yourself to others, you're essentially comparing your behind-the-scenes footage to someone else's highlight reel. It's like comparing apples and oranges. It's not a fair comparison, and it's only going to make you feel bad about yourself. Instead of focusing on what others are doing, shift your attention inward. Focus on your own journey, your own goals, and your own definition of success. Remember, everyone has their own path, and what works for one person might not work for another. It's also important to remember that everyone makes mistakes. We all have setbacks and failures. The key is to not let these setbacks define us. Instead, view them as opportunities for learning and growth. One way to stop comparing yourself to others is to practice gratitude. When you focus on the good things in your life, you're less likely to feel envious of others. Chapter 3. Set small, attainable goals. Have you ever set a huge goal for yourself only to feel overwhelmed and give up before you even started? We've all been there. The problem with setting big, ambitious goals is that they can seem daunting and impossible to achieve. This can lead to procrastination, self-doubt, and ultimately giving up on your dreams. But what if I told you there's a better way? A way to achieve your goals without feeling overwhelmed and discouraged. The answer lies in breaking down those big goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Think of it like climbing a mountain. If you stand at the bottom and look up at the summit, it can seem like an impossible feat. But if you focus on taking one step at a time, eventually you'll reach the top. The same principle applies to achieving your goals. Instead of focusing on the end result, break down your goal into smaller, more achievable steps. For example, if your goal is to write a book, don't try to write the whole thing at once. Start by setting a goal to write 1 page a day, or even just 1 paragraph. The key is to make these small goals something you can realistically achieve. This will give you a sense of accomplishment and motivate you to keep going. Chapter 4. Challenge negative thoughts. Our minds are powerful tools, but sometimes they can also be our own worst enemies. Negative thoughts can creep in like uninvited guests, whispering doubts and fears into our ears. These thoughts can hold us back from achieving our full potential and living our best lives. But here's the good news. We don't have to let these negative thoughts control us. We have the power to challenge them, to question their validity, and to replace them with more positive and empowering beliefs. The first step is to become aware of your negative thoughts. Pay attention to the voice in your head. What is it saying? Is it critical, judgmental, or pessimistic? Once you're aware of these thoughts, you can start to challenge them. One effective technique is to ask yourself, is this thought really true? Often our negative thoughts are based on assumptions or past experiences that may no longer be relevant. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, ask yourself, what evidence do I have to support this thought? Another helpful technique is to reframe negative thoughts into more positive ones. For example, instead of thinking I'm going to fail, try thinking I'm going to give it my best shot and I'm open to learning from the experience. Remember, your thoughts are not facts. They are simply interpretations of your experiences. Chapter 5. Get help from others. We often try to navigate life's challenges on our own, thinking we need to be strong and independent, but the truth is asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It takes courage to admit when we need support, to reach out to others and let them know we're struggling. Talking to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, therapist, or mentor, can provide a fresh perspective, a listening ear, and invaluable support. They can offer encouragement, guidance, and help us see things from a different angle. Sometimes, just the act of verbalizing our thoughts and feelings can be incredibly therapeutic. It allows us to release pent-up emotions, gain clarity, and feel less alone in our struggles. When we open up to others, we also allow them to share their own experiences and wisdom. We realize that we're not the only ones who have faced challenges or felt lost and uncertain. This shared human experience can be incredibly comforting and empowering. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. Outro, you are capable of amazing things. Remember, rebuilding self-confidence is a process. It's not a destination you arrive at overnight. It's a journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-love. By accepting yourself, stopping comparing yourself, setting small goals, challenging negative thoughts, and getting help from others, you can start to feel proud of yourself again. You are capable of amazing things. Believe in yourself and never give up on your dreams. Take one small step every day. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and share it with others. And leave a comment below sharing your thoughts on the video.